You're listening to the Turi Ryder's She Said What podcast. I'm Turi, along with Marci Persky. In this installment, one of Marci's appliances demands a blood sacrifice. Amazing update. Business admits it's wrong. Two podcasters, two problems. Let's trade. And a reminder, you have just a few weeks to send us your Captain Oblivious story. Details at the end of this podcast.
So you've had like kind of a deja vu day, but not really?
Where you know that you're having a deja vu day, and so you know that it's different, and yet it feels like deja vu, like that?
Well, I'll let you decide.
Okay.
About 100 years ago, I had an iPad, which I loved very much.
Okay.
And I left it on the couch. And our then dog, who was a St. Bernard golden retriever mix, sat on it. And they didn't make them so, they didn't make them as non-breakable quotes as they make them now. So and this was a long time ago.
Did it fold it right in half like a taco shell or what?
It just shattered the screen.
Okay.
And this was in Michigan.
Okay, this was a long time ago.
Yes, it was a long time ago. But ever since then, I've been really careful about where I lay my tablet.
Mm-hmm.
And so I put it in the same spot all the time. But what I didn't think about was where I put the tablet cord. I plugged it in to charge it. And one of the four-legged critters, it had to have been a dog because cat's not strong enough.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody got their foot caught in it. And I found my tablet across the room, still connected to the cord, which was unplugged. And it was shattered.
Huh.
And Frankie said, "Is it broken?" And I said, "Well, kind of. But I think I can still use it."
Oh, man.
And I cut my finger.
Oh, no.
And it still worked, but...
So providing that you don't mind blood loss, it's still a
Exactly.
functioning iPad.
It comes as a price.
Uh-huh.
So now I had to order a new tablet, which is probably, I was shocked to find out. The one that just shattered was what they call a Generation 4.
Uh-huh.
And the one that I just got, which was last year's, is like Generation 11.
Oh, boy.
So maybe it needed to be updated anyway. But a whole bunch of my apps won't let me in. And of course, I have my list of passwords.
In the laptop? In the notebook?
And no, they're in the old phone, which I found after I lost. And then I printed it out. But a bunch of them aren't that password anymore.
Okay.
They have new passwords.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's where it stands.
Sounds like it's the least you could do for yourself and your fingers.
Agreed.
All right, then. All right, you're good to go. All you need to do is figure out how to get into it.
Yeah.
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 Problem solved. It's amazing how much blood sacrifice is required now for things that you would not have imagined. All that crafting stuff. I think I tried to do some kind of cutting of something once, and I just ended up cutting myself all over the fabric. So
I know. I cut 2 fingers because I cut the first one, and then I said, "Well, that was really clumsy, so I'll be more careful." And then I realized the second place I put my other finger was also, because you can't really tell by looking at it.
Oh.
How badly.
Well, I'm glad you didn't lick it. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I did not lick it.
Good. I finally got a business to admit that everything has been effed up from beginning to end with an experience, and that almost never happens.
What?
Yeah. But what I want to say is my experience from all of this is that I know these are small problems, but after trying to solve the same small problem, that's kind of a tongue twister, for about 4 months now, I would like to just swap. There should be like a problem exchange. You know how women have like a clothing exchange? You've gained a
Yeah.
size, you lost a size. The girls have a party and everybody brings your clothes. And my clothes are always so old and beat up that nobody wants them. So I don't go to those parties. But if I did, this is kind of, I'd like to have a problem swapping party. Where, for
That could be
example,
kind of fun.
I could deal with your crappy iPad experience, and you could deal with the fact that I am now on the 7th visit to try and get glasses that enable me to see.
Oh,
Oh
no.
yeah.
Oh, no. That
So
squirrel's still there? That rat or whatever it was?
the dead rat on the sidewalk in front of the opticians, I look for it now. He's like
Just
my
its
friend.
spirit is left.
He's like my friend. Every time I cross the sidewalk, if I were the genuflecting kind, I would do a little genuflection to the ghost of the dead rat that was on that sidewalk for 3 different visits to the optical shop.
What is their problem?
Well, to be fair to this shop,
To be fair.
I went in, I had my exam, I ordered glasses. That's when the woman sort of insulted my aesthetic of saying, you know, those are really great as sunglasses, but I liked them anyway, and I ordered them. And what I didn't realize was that they were just too heavy for my face. So they're too heavy for my face, too heavy for, right. So after trying, and also I had waited so long to get new glasses that the prescription that was right, my eyes couldn't catch up with it. So that was a change of lenses. And then we had like 3 different visits to try and make the glasses fit. And then I finally threw in the optical lens cleaning towel and said, you know, this is my bad. I'm going to get another frame. I'm sorry, I've made a mistake. It was my bad mistake. And I ordered another frame, and I had those fitted, and then we waited, and then the frame came in, and I picked up the lenses yesterday in the frame. You have to come back when the frame comes in, right? Another visit. And on my way home, I shouldn't have been doing this, but I looked at my phone.
Uh-oh.
I was stopped at a red light. I was stopped at a red light. I want to say I could not read my phone at all. And I pulled over and I called them and I said, how long should it take for my eyes to adjust to be able to read my phone through these new glasses? And they said, no time. Why don't you come back? And at this point, if I had driven the car back, I would have driven it right through the front window of their store. Whether or not that woman having a fentanyl overdose was still out there, collapsed over her shopping cart, I would have still driven right through their front door. And I said, I don't think that's a good idea right now.
I would have said, I can't see.
And they said, could you come back tomorrow? So every time, like, can you just come on in? It's an hour, 2, 3 out of my day. So I said, how about Friday? And I got a call this morning saying, every now and then there's a pair of glasses that just flummoxes us. And I called over to the lab and they got the prescription right, but they got the lens style wrong. And I'm thinking, what's the difference? I can't see. What do I care if the prescription is right? I don't even know what that means. And she said, I'm really sorry. I'm not going to have you come back until the new lenses come in, and then we're going to put them in. I will put them in myself while you wait, and I'm really sorry. Of course, they haven't said the magic words, which is, we're going to refund your money because this has tormented you long enough. But no. But at this point, I want the troubles exchange. I think this is my new concept, that you just come in with the customer service problem that you can't solve and you fork it over on somebody else along with your passwords, if you're not Marci and you have your passwords, and any other supporting data that you may have. And if you're going to have to print things out and send them, then you have to give somebody some printing supplies. But overall, I think that even if someone else's problems are more intense than your problems, just for a change of pace, you would want them.
Well, tell me if you'll trade for this one.
Okay.
When we found out that Belly, that's our squishy little bulldog, has a torn ACL. So that day, and that was like 3 weeks ago, the very day I went to a major internet website store, ordered like these cushion stairs so she can get up on the couch without jumping.
Okay.
Because that's her place.
Okay.
She loves to be on the couch.
Okay.
So I paid, supposed to be delivered the next day because I'm a special member. And
Meaning you spend all your money on this website. Yes.
well, yeah, pretty
That makes
much.
you pretty special. Yeah.
'Cause there's nothing up here.
Mm.
So, and I watched tracking, and it didn't come the next day. Tracking said it was in Phoenix, and I'm like, well, that's 2.5 hour, 3 hour drive. What the fudgicle nieces?
So you're not special enough, is what you're saying. You're special,
guess not.
but not special enough.
So I checked the second day, and I get this shipment has been delayed. Well, I looked, and none of the roads were closed. So here it is, 3 weeks later.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I've called and complained and said, look, now you're saying it's in Ash Fork. It's all over the state of Arizona for some reason. And today I got a text or an email from them saying, well, we've canceled your order because it's undeliverable.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, I will trade you that problem, providing I have glasses and can read the form. Also, I'm a little worried about you and that dead rat. But I do think that there are some customer service people out there who just have had enough and they're in rebellion and they're doing things like change your package delivery location and date. And I think that if I worked one of those terrible jobs, and the last person I talked to was literally in the Philippines and I could hear the roosters crowing in the background and her kids demanding breakfast. But if you had a job like one of those jobs, which are considered by some people good jobs, I guess because it's not canning salmon or making fast fashion, then you might consider doing a little bit of informal sabotage. There was an article in Fortune magazine about how employees are starting to sabotage AI just because they're worried about their jobs and they can. They may get fed up, and sometimes it may amuse them to just send your package wherever they want.
To wherever.
Yeah, to wherever they want.
Because I'm like, now I get deliveries all the time from different companies because, like I said, there's nothing up here. So my dog food is delivered, and
you're using logic you're using logic on somebody who's peeved. That's what you're doing. And when people are peeved, sometimes they screw up, and they wouldn't even believe that they were screwing up. They're screwing up because they can't stand it anymore. But if you ask them, they would say, no, they're doing the best job they can. And that's the beauty of the human mind. That's what
I want to know if they took it home and they're using it.
You mean they're so
just threw it off the side of the road and I could go look for it.
Attention, if you are traveling one of the freeways between Williams, Arizona and Phoenix, be on the lookout for dog padded stairs. I don't think that's the kind of item that your average person could use.
Probably not.
No, probably not.
I mean, now that she's on drugs, and I mean like on drugs with a capital O and a capital D, she can pretty much do anything.
Wait, where is there a letter O in the word drugs? I'm missing something.
On drugs. ONDRUGS. On drugs. That means she's on drugs.
I think I need to be on drugs. Yeah.
It's like with your bad arm, you would be able to throw a baseball if you were on the right drugs.
Once.
That's my professional opinion.
I gotcha. You're an expert, like my husband who told me I didn't have a broken leg.
Yeah.
Experts. Experts everywhere. That's the other problem. All over the internet, there are experts. There are experts who will tell you the weirdest stuff. I saved an article for you today. From the New York Times.
Ooh.
About pet spiders. It's a women.
I thought you were going to say it was about the guy who farted in the movie theater and they had to evacuate the theater. That actually happened during the Spider-Man showing.
A different kind of spider.
Pet spiders.
Yeah, I'm going to send you a link just because I wanted to see if you can read it on the podcast.
and not wet myself.
Pretty much, yeah. So that's coming up on the next podcast. Marci will read the article about pet spiders. And if you can get through at least 2 paragraphs, I'll give you a prize. I don't know what it's going to be, but it'll be
Okay.
something.
I'll take it.
Okay, it's a deal. This is usually the part where we thank you and I suggest you buy my book, She Said What? A Life on the Air. But we have decided that at least one of you deserves some sort of prize for listening. I have no idea exactly what it will be, but it will feature the words Captain Oblivious on it. And all you have to do to win is send an email to turi@shebopsproductions.com with a short description of whatever your partner or friend or boss or somebody who ought to be paying attention failed to notice, and your mailing address. Marci and I will pick out the best one, and that will be the winner. You have until August 31st, 2026 to enter, and you have to live in the USA because I don't send things over borders. Good luck.